Greetings and welcome to Indigo Vibrations, the podcast that focuses on self-care empowerment for women. I am your hostess, Indigo Bay. If you're new to our podcast, let me get you familiar with some of our features. We usually have a self-care theme, introduce a special guest. This week it's me, promoting their contribution to women's wellness and empowerment, as well as how and what they do that adds value to the self-care community. Each episode will contain a mantra or two and will open up to a main discussion with open-ended questions or queries. We wrap it up and conclude with our departing thoughts, and this week, episode 020517 is about dating in 2017. I'm not going to say I'm a dating expert, but I've had my fill. I'm going to start off with the mantra first. Accept and love self first. That is imperative, period, but especially when it comes to love. If you don't know how to love yourself, you can pretty much cancel Christmas if you think that you're going to be able to open up enough to love someone else or know how to love another person properly. As far as dating for me in 2017, I'm confused. I'm perplexed. I find it quite the conundrum, if you will. What the hell's going on? Can we find love in 2017? Are you even looking? Are you even trying? When I look around me, I see chaos. I see women settling, dumbing down, selling their souls and their coochies via Instagram, getting surgery to look like Barbie dolls. For what? Why? You don't think you're good enough, or you think doing that is going to help you get and secure a dude? And then relationships, especially these days, people are so fickle and temperamental. You don't even know if you're going to be with this same person, and you went and got surgery. And think about the type of person that you draw when you walk around looking like a Barbie doll. Now, you might be okay with that, and if you are, this episode might not be for you. But let's check back in with self. If that's cool with you, if that's the way you want to portray yourself, and you feel like you're portraying self-love, I implore you to reevaluate. But I digress. Let me move forward. That's not for me. I don't care how long it takes. I cannot let go of who I am for the sense of gathering false love, false affection. I can't. It needs to be authentic, just like me. I don't understand or feel that it's necessary to go online and portray myself as something I'm not, or disrespect myself for likes. Again, that's me. And I also don't understand when I meet a man in person, and I don't know if this has happened to you, but you meet a man, everything clicks, it's cool, you're attracted to each other, you exchange numbers, and within the first few days of you guys communicating, he's asking you for pictures. And I don't send them. I always ask, you saw me. You met me in person. We didn't meet online. It's not like I have a fake profile, or what you saw was, I don't know, a CGI. It was me. I was standing there in front of you, remember? So when a guy asks for pictures, I don't send them. Like, well, you want a reminder of what I look like? Then ask me out. I just don't do it. That's not me. It's never going to be me. The whole babe and sugar and sweetheart, that's a no-brainer. No. No, I'm not. Guys who try to have a whole relationship via text, next. I know that we're in the times of people texting. With me, you're not going to have a texting relationship. So there's thousands, hundreds, millions of other women, perhaps, that are cool with that. I'm not one of them. Texting back and forth as far as, hey, how was your day? Oh, I missed you. That's fine. But having entire conversations, I know people who never talk on the phone. Their relationship is entirely via text. And if that works for you, cool. It doesn't work for me. And I realize, though I'm not asking for perfection, that no man is going to be as great as my dad, and that the 80-20 rule is real. Dating a man who lives with his parents or his moms, no. Entertaining a man who doesn't work on a regular basis, no. Men who are not ambitious and see the bigger picture and have a plan, like I really do interview potential guys that are in my life. I don't want excuse me, a guy who feels like, I don't know. I met one that said he just lives day to day. And that was alarming to me. I love spontaneity. I love the thrill of like not knowing everything. That's great. But that's different. You don't have a plan? Yeah, I know. And I think there's such thing as planning too much. That's the old me. I used to have every little thing planned, but it served me well. One of my goals was to retire by the time I was 50, to have my graduate's degree by then, to make sure that I can pay for my 3 boys' college via the government, through my VA and GI Bill benefits, and I did, and I'm doing that. So, not for nothing, but planning served me very well. So when I meet a man that, I have a little bit of old school and a bit of new school values, and yeah, that's a no for me. Manners, etiquette, compassion, all of that goes a long way with me. Men who have drive, thoughtfulness, patience, and a sense of humor, that's huge. But the most paramount thing, does he get me? Does he get me? Does he get my humor or lack thereof? Does he understand my requirement for solitude? I require a lot of quiet time. Love you to death. But I need to be in my room for a good 30 minutes to just stare at the wall if I want to, or go on a walk, or drive out by the lake and just chill. I need it. It's required. That's my me time. That's my self-care time. And if you have a problem with that, then this is not going to work, period. My intellect, my nerdiness, my educational accomplishments, what I've acquired, what I've achieved, is that going to be a problem? Is that going to bump into your ego? Those things are important. And it all encapsulates, does this dude get me? Do you get me? Social media. Where do I start? I think that social media kills more relationships, or actually displays a lack of reality more than it creates reality and authenticity. Most of the people I know on Facebook, personally, are perpetrating. They're perpetrating a fraud for whatever reason. And some people aren't. Some people seem like they're being real when they tell you, I woke up today, I saw it was cloudy, and got back under my covers because I freaking felt like it. And that even though some people may feel like that is depressing, they're being real. I can't tell you how many married men have hit me up via inbox, DMing their fantasies or trying to poke around and see if I'm cool with being a side chick or a one and done. And part of that is people from high school who maybe thought you were corny back then or a nerd, and you blossomed into this beautiful thing, or they're just bored, or they're having a midlife crisis. I don't know what the reason is. I'm just not with it. And what I do is I let the gentleman know that I'm not interested, and if they bother me again, I will be contacting their wife. And magically, they stop bothering me. It's amazing. So dating sites, I've tried them. I would say, and I haven't gone on 100 dates, but if I did, I would say 10 of them were awesome. And maybe the majority of them were whack in some kind of way. Fraudulent. I've had guys talking to me via, and the free ones, forget it. The free dating apps. Jesus. One time I was talking to this guy, very handsome, very but his profile was vague. And so I was asking him these questions, and he kept answering me by saying, hugs, I liked your profile. What else? All the free, like, emoji kind of things that you can send somebody. And I'm like, oh my God. This dude didn't get the paid package. He's just trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's trying to do it for free. And delete and block. The ones that were good, like the 10, one of them led into a relationship, but I saw flags there. But I went to a professional relationship therapist. He holds couples therapy, group therapy for singles and people who are married and or dating or living together to maximize their optimum goals in relationships. And he told me to go ahead with this guy. Nobody's perfect. And so I went. We dated for about almost 6 months. And I'd say a month in, maybe a month and a half, I was like, I don't think I should be dating this guy. But the expert said that I needed to give it a chance. So I tried. And the guy basically was a control freak. He was never married. He was, at that time that I was dating him, I was 48. He was 52. He wanted to live in separate. He said that even if we got married, which I wasn't looking for, that he wanted to live in separate houses, separate places, kind of like the Oprah Stedman thing. And I wasn't with that. And I wasn't with a lot of, he was too needy, and it was just bad. And so I ended it. And that's pretty much my experience with dating online. And I've met some nice guys, but just didn't go anywhere. Meeting men organically. I think that works best for me. But it's not always perfect. Nothing is. And it doesn't guarantee the right connection. I don't do bars or clubs. I like to meet people in, I guess, supermarkets, at the park, those kind of things. I think that it ends up being healthier. And then when I'm in a place, or we meet in a place where we have like interests, that's a plus. So I have found that meetups work the best for me. I belong to, probably 35 or 40 different meetups. And it wasn't for the means of meeting someone. It was because I wanted to fulfill a lot of life goals and get involved with hobbies with like individuals. And then I just so happened to meet a lot of nice guys there. And it was a healthy environment. It was really cool. I tried the religious affiliation, face to face meeting of men, and no. I don't know who started the rumor that that's where you meet a great guy, because I have found more players and charlatans in religious settings than, I mean, just as bad as bars. So, no thanks. I started thinking, what do I just keep doing this or what? And I don't know where I heard it, but I heard that it's a good idea to just live your life, get involved in the things you want to do, keep striving for your goals, make yourself available. You know, if you stay inside and behind a keyboard the whole time, I think you're just going to continue down that type of path. You could meet somebody cool online. I just feel, for me, that meeting someone face to face out in my everyday life works best. And so I did read that that's the best way to find a relationship that has more staying power. So, that said, recently I met someone. It was actually during a routine doctor's appointment. I had to get an MRI to take a look at my kidney function to make sure that I was still good to go, because the doctors found a cyst a few years ago and they wanted to see if has grown or gone away or whatever the case is. And my technician is the dude that I met, and it was all very innocent. Well, for me, it was. I started opening up a dialogue like I always do with my technicians, and I let them know that I was working on getting my health to be as tip-top shape as I can before I relocate to Thailand. And he gasped and let me know. He's like, "Whoa, that's my homeland. I'm Thai." And I was like, "Get out of here." He's like, "No, you get out of here." So we started talking, and I started talking about the pros and the cons, and after the exam, after the MRI was complete, I asked him, "Could I take you out to coffee so we can meet and I can pick your brain and take notes on the do's and the don'ts and things that you feel like I should look out for to benefit me with what I'm going over there for?" And he said, "I think you're gorgeous, and I'd be honored to hang out with you." He said, "But I want to take you out and take you to lunch, dinner, and show you Austin and expose you to all of the different Asian cultural establishments and food places and gatherings." And I was just elated. I was very happy. And then I started realizing, wow, I met this guy when I was looking a little tiny bit shabby. Like, I just was looking regular. Very vulnerable. I was in a claustrophobic environment. I do not like those tunnels. I those MRI and CAT scan thing. I just don't like them. And when he was setting me up, I was letting him know, like, "Dude, I don't like stuff like that." And he joked with me a little, and I joked with him, and we're actually going out in a couple of hours for our first date, and I'm looking forward to it. That was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3. And since then, he's texted me a couple of times, and not every day, but I would say, let me think, maybe 4 times a week, like every other day. Like, "Hey, how's it going? How was your day? Be careful out there. It's raining." Little thoughtful things like that. We've spoken on the phone. Huge, major points. He's polite. He asks me what a good time is. He told me I can call or text him anytime I want to. He gets back to me. I don't have to wait for days to get a response. And then he has not asked me for a freaking picture. He has not. gone, called me babe or doll. He hasn't. I don't know. I just get a nice, calming, warm feeling with him. I feel. I just feel comfortable. I do. I'm glad that I met him. I don't know where it's going to lead, and it doesn't matter. I'm leaving, so I'm not trying to, I'm not looking, and I stopped looking for love and a romantic connection a long time ago, and just decided to just start living. And so, wherever it leads, it leads. That's cool. We're gonna meet and go have, we're having, we're going to a place where we can get Thai, because it's the year of the rooster. So there's a festival going on for that, and we're gonna go to the Asian village and get together and just kind of hop around and try the different foods. Is he the one? I don't know. I'm not looking for the one. I'm not looking for marriage. All the kids that I wanted to have, I've had. I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for a roommate. I'm not looking for someone to help raise my 17-year-old boys or pay my bills. I am open to meeting like individuals whose company adds value to my life, and vice versa. Am I attracted to him? I'm attracted to his vibrations. I feel real good, positive juju with him. He's easy on the eyes. He's not bad looking. Let's see. Sex. Is sex on the menu? I don't have. I'm. Wow. I don't know. I don't know. It's not on the menu, so I'll say that. I haven't gotten that far. I know this. When we communicate, when I was in his presence, that prana breath, that vibration was like, wow. I feel good when I talk to him. I'm happy to see his text and hear his voice. And I want that to continue. So, cross your fingers, wish me luck. I'm going to leave you with some closing thoughts. And it's about dude. He's about 10 years younger than I am. He didn't hesitate to call me, to pick up the phone and get personal. As I said, he didn't ask me for a picture. He reconfirmed our date 24 hours beforehand. He makes me laugh. He has shared some intellectual information about his background and the city he's from in Thailand. And he seems to get me. So, dating in 2017. I really think it's what you make it. As I said, I don't go looking for a man, but I do make myself available to meet people of like interest. Again, I think meetups are a positive place to meet people. I recommend opening up dialogue with anybody. You never know where it leads. For me, it's always led to good places. In saying that, remember to practice safety. If it makes you feel comfortable, do a background check. But remember that there's always been someone that has had a clean record, has no background of any violence or anything, and they got to start somewhere. So don't let a clean background check fool you. Be careful. Meet in a public place. I like to meet up in places where there's video surveillance, well lit, and I tell a friend or two who I'm going with, where we're going, and I take a picture of their license plate and I send all of that. I text it to a friend and I give a time, approximate time of when I'll be back. And if that time approaches and I'm not done yet, I text them and let them know I'm safe. We're taking a little longer than I thought, and so now my new ETA, when I should be heading home, should be this time. I have some oblong tea that I'm sipping on. This stuff is so freaking good. It's a Chinese tea, and it's good for you. Don't ask me what it's good for. I just know it's good for you, and I love it. I like to start my day with it. Okay, what else do we? I would say have fun, live your life. Leave your list of don'ts and can'ts at home for the most part. Bring an open mind. Reach out for your adventurous side. And when it comes to picking a place or an activity for a date, when you meet somebody new, try something different. Go outside of your norm where you're comfortable, and just do something different, man. Take a sculpting class together. I don't know where you live. Austin. It's not fair for me to base dating off of where I live because there's 1,000 things to do every day of the year in Austin, Texas. But there have been other places that I've lived that weren't as jumping, and there's always you go in and Google search a place where you can go. They have community cooking classes for free or for very low cost. Go walk in the park during well lit, busy hours with them. Have an ice cream cone. Do low key, old school things, and get to know the person. Movies and concerts, you're not getting to know them. That's when you know them already, and you don't need to talk the whole time. So this brings us to the end of this episode of Dating in 2017. I can only hope that you practice self-care first when it comes to dating as you would with all things in your life. I want you to keep in mind your values, your principles, and integrity. This is your hostess, Indigo Bay, wishing you self-love, self-respect, self-care today and every day of your lives. Teach others how to love you by example. Peace, love, light, and positive vibrations. Indigo